Welcome back to Go in Law for the Layman. Your queries have been pouring in and today I'll be answering some more. So let's begin with another session of Q&A. Today's first query is by Mr. Vishwat Sardesai, who has asked, can the estate leaver dispose of his property by way of a gift, will or a sale in favor of some, excluding others from his disposable quota? It's a very interesting question and it has two aspects. The first one is gift, will or sale. You have to keep one thing in mind: disposable quota is a concept which is applicable only to gifts or wills and no other kind of transfer. So when you are making a gift or a will, you have to do it within your disposable quota, that is 50% of the total value of your estate. It does not apply to sale because when you make a sale, you are getting money value of that property in return. It means your children will be getting a share in that money value. But when you're making a gift or a will, you're not getting anything in return, so you're also not leaving anything behind for your children. That is why the concept of disposable quota is applicable only to gifts or wills and not to sale. The second aspect of the question is, can you transfer your disposable share by excluding your legal heirs? And the simple answer is yes. Disposable share is that portion of the property which you can transfer without any restrictions. It means your legal heirs do not have a mandatory share in that portion of the estate. For example, A owns 4 properties of equal value and has 2 children, X and Y. Out of 4 properties, 50%, that is 2 properties, are entirely disposable and they form the disposable quota of A. The remaining 2 properties will compulsorily go to the children because that falls within the mandatory portion. It means X and Y would be getting a bare minimum of 1 property each. So while making any kind of transfer by way of a gift or a will, A has to only keep in mind that X and Y should be reserved 1 property each and the remaining is his disposable quota. Second query is by Mr. Parshuram Madwar, who has asked, who can file inventory proceedings and whether an interested party can refuse to give his share in the auction if scheme of partition is not arrived at. Now, first question is, who can file inventory proceedings? Inventory proceedings can be filed by any of these 5 persons. Number 1 is legal heirs. Any person who has a share in the inheritance can file inventory proceedings. Second is the spouse of the deceased, that is the moiety holder. You see, under the Goan law, both the spouses enjoy 50-50% share in the estate. So once one of the spouses dies, the surviving spouse can file inventory proceedings. Third category is executor of a will. When a person makes a will naming a particular person to carry out all the wishes of the person after he dies, this person is called as an executor, and this executor is also entitled to file inventory proceedings. Fourth category is a legatee. Legatee is a person named in the will who is entitled to a share by way of that will. That is, a person to whom a bequest is made can also file inventory proceedings. And finally, a usufructuary right holder, that is, a person who has been given a right to use the property for his lifetime, can also file inventory proceedings. The second part of the question is, can you refuse to give up your share in auction if the scheme of partition is not arrived at? Now, this question is a bit incorrect because in an auction you're not giving up your share. You're basically giving up your right to a particular property which you did not have to begin with. You see, in an inheritance, none of the legal heirs can claim to be the owners of any specific property. All the legal heirs have an undivided share in each and every property of the inheritance. So if 2 or more persons are interested in one specific property and they are not ready to compromise amongst themselves, then the property goes for auction and that particular property would be allotted to the highest bidder. So when the highest bidder gets the property, he has to pay the remaining persons the money equivalent of it, what is called as OLT money. So if you do not get the property, you get the money equivalent of it. So you will not be losing your share in the inheritance. The next query is by Mr. Pranoy Naik, who has asked, in case there are 2 heirs and one of them has filed an inventory in court and another heir, in spite of being served, does not appear due to some disability, then can the party who initiated inventory claim the entire property? What are the safeguards in such cases? Let us take an example. X and Y are the 2 heirs and X files the inventory. Y is served with a notice. Y can appear in person or appoint a power of attorney holder or be represented by an advocate. If Y does not do any of these, then court will proceed in the absence of Y. These are called as in absentia proceedings. Now, these proceedings will continue up until the stage of auction, that is licitation. At the stage of licitation, the court will issue a second notice to Y if Y is residing within the jurisdiction of the court. In such a case, Y will be notified once again. And if Y still chooses not to participate in the auction, then X will be entitled to buy the entire property in auction, but Y would be entitled to the OVLT money which we had just discussed, which means that Y will be able to claim the money equivalent of his share from X, and until X pays this amount, Y would be entitled to 5% interest on the OVLT money. The final query of the day is by Ms. Neha Shirodkar, who has asked, the share of each spouse is 50% of the common assets. That is correct. If one of the spouse passes away, then the kid gets 25% of the share of the dead spouse and the surviving spouse gets 25% of the dead spouse. In the sense, does the surviving spouse procure 75%? Now, the error here is that when one of the spouses dies, the remaining spouse owns only 50% of the estate by way of the law of communion of assets. That 50% share is called as moiety. So the surviving spouse will automatically get that 50% share. But the remaining 50% will not go to the surviving spouse because there is a sequence to the law of succession. So once a person dies, his share will go to the descendants. If there are no descendants, then to the ascendants, and if there are no ascendants, to the collaterals. And if none of these persons exist, only then the surviving spouse will get a share in the estate of the deceased spouse. So that will be all for today, but keep sending in your queries if you want more Q&A videos. Subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.